received this by for the holiday.
I still have a thumbtack in my pocket.
And the other two classes, would that help you?
Is this the up?
Yeah.
No, I just left it where it was. I just chose it.
Because it's supposed to be loud. one more time for all the graduates. Yeah. Thanks for being up here. You guys, shout out and say that's been super exciting. Alright, first of all, this is HS tonight at 7 p.m. It's going to be $5 for this weekend. Stand up if you're a contestant, please. Stand up. Contestant, stand up, please. Yeah, you guys. Michael Sanchez, Christopher Green, Michael Scott, having a good time. Be there at 7 p.m. Next up. I want to speak on Community Day a little bit. That's going to be May 29th. A little information on that. In-and-out orders are due next Wednesday at the front desk, and that's going to be cash only. And back to my year, I was not planning on going at all, and then my friends kind of convinced me to go, and it was probably like one of the more impactful days of high school, I'd say, and I would encourage you all to be there. It was a good time at the end of it, and you kind of get closer with all your juniors, and it's a good jump start to some years. So I encourage everyone to be there. And last up, the day of the end of the year extravaganza, we're gonna have a chalk art contest. 35 May 31st. See the brewer for details. It's so sick. And the end of the year barbecue is going to be right after. That's going to be $5 on the ASB card, $7 without, and that's going to be from 5:30 to 9:30. All right, and help me welcome up the varsity baseball coach. He's going to speak on team level.
All right. First of all, thank you for having me. You don't know, this year has been an incredible year. I'm just going to give you a couple of things. That this team is ranked 3rd in all of San Diego. Even more impressive, we're ranked 21st out of all of California. Pretty impressive. I'd like to, if you could, have all my players stand up, please. There's a total of 17 of them that have, from summertime until now, put everything into it. To get, if you don't know, we are playing in the finals, D2 finals tomorrow against Sage Creek. The game is at 3:30 at San Diego State. We need your support. That's why we're here. We would love to have your support. I know some of you have already been coming out to our playoff games. This team's destined to win it all. I'm very proud of them. Thank you so much for having me. Let's go get a payments.
The yearbook theme. So, yearbook, nice.
E5 seniors who switched into the front parking lot to take the class photo, even after it was
E5
postponed.
seniors who switched into the front parking lot to take the class photo, even after it was postponed 3 times.
You brought in all your pennies to sabotage Ferrara during the loose change drive and raised over $3,000 for Angels Foster Family Network. You survived with only a few tardies, despite the bells never ringing on time.
You made this year, now make yourself.
This year, our yearbook theme is Make Yourself, which is a tribute to our student body's passions and achievements throughout the year.
But for us, this theme doesn't just apply to students. At the beginning of the year, we decided to start a new tradition for our publication, dedicating the book to a faculty member who has not only positively impacted our staff, but the school as a whole.
This person has taught us to embrace the challenges that the world throws at us, to live above the line, and most importantly, seek the truth and report it.
And with that being said, we're incredibly honored to be dedicating Volume 13 of the Chronicle to our former advisor, Mrs. Shields.
we have a few special awards today. We're going to start off with our athletic awards. We have 4. We're going to start with the 2 scholar athletes from HSSA. They've already gone to a celebration on this. So we'd like to welcome up Hannah Esquis and Diego Preciado.
Joel.
And 2 more. These were voted on by the coaching staff. These are the athletes of the year. And that would be Carly Hoff and Diego Preciado. The rest of these won't be athletic, but we're going to have our awesome athletic director help me out with these. So these next awards were voted upon by your teaching staff. We're starting with the 2 school service awards. These 2 have devoted countless hours of serving the school. Caleb Herbin and Michaela Barker. There she is. Here's Michaela. Our next 2 awards are for community service, serving the entire community. These go to Lucas Brewer and Riley Boyle. The next 2 awards voted upon by the teaching staff is for student leadership. And these go to Timothy Chang and Geneva Lindsley. Our final 2 for this time, I'm coming back a little bit later, but our final 2 voted upon by the teachers are 2 inspirational students, and those are Cody Schaefer and Bridget Amboul. I'll be back for more a little bit later.
Okay, I want to just not announce, but recognize the ASB seniors. So could you guys stand up, please? I can't say enough about these kids, but I especially want to recognize Cassidy, Geneva, and Elliot. Where are you?
Back here.
No, you should. They have served all 4 years in ASB, which is huge. A lot of time, a lot of commitment, and I just love all you guys. Thank you so much.
Stand. Years. I've been going to this school for more than a decade. When I was young, I dreamt of this day. Not exactly this day, but for senior year and for graduation. But now that I am here with this senior class, all I can think about is how fast this time has gone by. I'm not going to say that it was a breeze and every day I was thankful for the schooling I had and still have, and how I was always thankful for everything and everyone in my life. I had to learn and see that everything around me is a blessing. When you're a very shy person, like myself, even if you aren't, Transitioning to high school is not very easy. My first day, I was terrified since my family was not there with me. They were my lifeline, and because of that, I felt very alone, but I took a deep breath and prayed, and I was confident, but still scared. Honestly, you'd think that being a lifer would mean I knew lots of people, and even though I had a few friends, building friendships was not easy, but that was the outcome of being on TCAC track and also being very shy. But this school, especially the tennis team, all of Link Crew, and that squad, helped me to come out of my shell. They made me comfortable to be myself, but they also made me a better person from the freshman I was just 4 years ago. This school has been good to me and my family for many years now. When I was asked to present this speech, I knew I would need help. So I asked some people I trust and admire. They had this to say. My brother Ryan, class of 2009. I'm so glad I learned about geometry and to conjugate verbs into Spanish instead of how to do my taxes. My sister Miranda, class of 2012. High school sucks in general, but being a classical made it suck a whole lot less. My sister Kamea, class of 2014. Thank you for all the teachers who inspired me to become one. Now that I have my own classroom, I would just like to say, I am so sorry. The appreciation we have towards this school is tremendous, and it's because it hasn't been a breeze. This school has challenged me sometimes to where I thought I couldn't measure up, but because I was allowed to learn and to think and to grow in a safe place, a place that valued not just me, but also my family and friends, I was, with their help, always able to do better and be better. You're gonna go through trials no matter what, but the thing is, are you gonna listen to the ones who help you back up, brush you off, and tell you to go and do your best no matter what anyone says, and even what you tell yourself? I've learned that what we have in this school and in our classes is family, whether you're a lifer or not. I'm so grateful for this and for all of you around me. Thank you.
Always knew this day would come. We'd be sitting one by one, with the future in our hands. So many dreams, so many plans. Always knew after all these years, there'd be laughs and there'd be tears. But never thought I would walk away. So much joy and so much pain. It's so hard to say goodbye. Yesterday's gone, we gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moments, so glad I got to know the times I recall. I'll keep like I would have done, and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember. Another chapter in the book. Can't go back, but you can learn. And every part on every page, memories I'll always say. Up ahead, I'm open doors. Memories life forget it all. I wish you love, I wish you love. Feel the door just opens up. It's so Yesterday's gone, we gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moments. Somebody wants to know the times that we had. How things like I thought I know. Hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember.
It might be too much for the modern mind, but I can fantasize our history. Oh, so tell me our story through nostalgic eyes, so I can romanticize like childlike lies the kids we be. Feel like it's 1922 and I just fell in love with you. We've got nothing to do, but we can drive to nowhere. Maybe we'll drink a few and we'll give each other the same tattoo. We'll stay past our curfew, that's when they say the night rolls. The night rolls. And now I'm feeling like that evening that we spent under the neon lights. And even with our eyes closed tight, I feel the heat of you and me. We're not cooling down, even with our hair out in the summer breeze. Just like those fast movies where the kids are free and they can't slow us down. I'd buy a one-way flight if only you and I could fly back in time. I feel like it's 1922 and I just fell in love with you. We've got nothing to do, but we can drive to nowhere. Maybe we'll drink a few and we'll give each other the same tattoo. We'll stay past our curfew, that's when they say the night rolls. The night rolls. Feel like it's 1922 and I just fell in love with you. We've got nothing to do, but we can drive to nowhere. Maybe we'll drink a few and we'll give each other the same tattoo. We'll stay past our curfew, that's when they say. I feel like it's 1922 and I just fell in love with you. We've got nothing to do, but we can drive to nowhere. Maybe we'll drink a few and we'll give each other the same tattoo. We'll stay past our curfew, that's when they say the night rolls. The night rolls. The night
Maybe we'll finish that video later. Got a few more awards, guys. 6 more awards. I am going to start with, you guys take the PSAT every year. All sophomores and juniors take the PSAT. These 2 students we're going to recognize scored in the top, not only the top 1% in the nation, but the top 1/4 of the top 1% in the nation. And that's Elliot Pack and Crystal Song. Okay, our next 2 awards, I'd like to introduce this year's salutatorian and then valedictorian. To be salutatorian and valedictorian, not only do you have to get straight A's all throughout high school, which is tough, you also have to have taken the most rigorous course schedule in high school, as many APs, as many honors, as many high-level community college classes as possible. These 2 students, and I want to hear where they're going to go to school. I think I know, but I forget which is which, so we'll ask them. These 2 students also participate in sports, debate, robotics. Our salutatorian this year is Christopher Ty. Christopher, where are you going to school next year? UCLA! Okay, this year's valedictorian. Just like Chris took the most rigorous course schedule out of every senior here, straight A's all throughout, robotics, 2-sport athlete, I believe Cal Berkeley, and that's Shavong Singh. I was right, it's Cal Berkeley. Diego, are you rival? Will you guys be rivals? Yeah, Stanford and Cal Berkeley? That'll be fun. Fun game to watch. Do you play Cal Berkeley? Do you guys play against them? Yeah, that'll be a fun game. I'll try to make it. Now, 2 final awards. These are called the Cayman Way Awards. 1 male, 1 female. These were voted upon by the staff. It's for outstanding scholarship, citizenship, integrity, and upholding the Cayman Way, our 4 core values of work hard, live pure, lead with courage, and honor each other. We'll start with our male Cayman of the Year is Elliot Pack. And for our female Cayman of the Year, that goes to Lydia Oven. Congratulations.
Bridget was supposed to do a speech today about teacher appreciation, but she couldn't actually make it. They asked me to come in, fill in. My name is Stephanie Foote. I work in the hiring department of Classical Academy. You can tell I work in the office because I'm wearing floral print, and I look like I shop exclusively at Charming Charlie's. They asked me to come and share a few words about how we decide to hire our teachers here at Classical. So I've brought our official bullet point list of things we look for in our hires. Okay, first off, you must look young enough for moms to mistake you for a student at football games. to Europe or Africa. All CAHS teachers are required to devote at least 1 week at the beginning of school to talk exclusively about this travel experience, regardless of the class. Accompanying slideshows are a plus. If you come into our school, if you are a single staff member, you must be open to an arranged marriage with another single staff member. Escondido it's a small place, so you gotta master the awkward greeting that happens when you see your student at Esco Gelato or other surrounding establishments. You must have specialized knowledge of some subject other than your teaching subject. For example, Legos, psychology. You know the kind of stuff that Stephen Poussin can use to stall you for a good 20 minutes. Actually, piggybacking off of that, any connection with bees looks great on the resume. For English teachers, you must have a drama credential sufficient enough for you to look down on the reader's theater that happens in your class. This one's for Spanish teachers. Spanish teachers must look like they've never met a Spanish person in their life. We really value prior experience here at Classical Academy. We like our teachers to have come out of a really cushy job into here so that the students are kind of confused as to why they're here at all. This one's for security guards specifically. Students here are very quick to bribery. So the only thing you need to do to become a security guard is just assure us that you will not take bribes from students, ever. For example, if a student were to leave fourth period and ask to be able to come back after grabbing some lunch, we have to know that the security guard will not give their permission for the student to come back inside on the promise that they will get a burrito. No. Never. Patience is important in our teachers. We hire teachers that are kind and caring to their students, helping them out with their work at learning labs. They must also show a high tolerance for loud noises at several frequencies. For example, that theater kids singing, loud laughter, Rowan Peters playing the guitar. Final item on our list. You must be clean shaven, exceptions for teachers of the humanities, that being art, English, history. However, the less hair you have on your face, on your head, the better position you'll obtain. Just ask our athletic director and principal. You don't need any of the above requirements, just don't bother applying it. Go Caymans! I am happy to introduce the man, the myth, the legend himself. It's Mr. Montgomery!
Hello, Classical Academy High School. That's quite a speech to try to follow, so I'm going to stick to what I've got here. I'm actually happy that I'm kind of surrounded by the senior class. I was afraid that I'd have to be at the podium, talking to the audience, and the speech who I really, the people who I really wrote the speech to would be behind me and it'd be more awkward. So it's nice that I can look around and see the people that I had in mind when I wrote the speech. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Mr. Montgomery, and I am nervous about the speech I'm about to give. When I sat down to write this speech, I pulled up the names of all these seniors that are graduating, and I saw a list comprised of many different people with many different strengths. We have in this crowd around me, brilliant scholars, dedicated athletes, deep thinkers, workaholics, talented actors, gifted musicians, dancers, singers, artists of every mode and medium. We have seniors who care about each other, care about our community, our country, and our world. But if we're honest with ourselves, we also have seniors who are afraid of failure. We have seniors who doubt their own value. We have seniors who can get in their own heads and get in their own way. In truth, it's not just seniors who struggle with self-doubt or the fear of failure. We all do, including me and my colleagues here at CAHS. The second year I taught here at Classical Academy High School was the first year I was teaching Advanced Placement United States History, and that particular year we had some extremely intelligent students. Thinking back, I really did feel like I was drowning most days, pretty much failing as a teacher, and I seriously considered many times to going back to delivering pizzas and trying to call that a career. Nothing against the pizza industry, it's just a hard go to make a career out of it. Now for a strange transition, and I'll try to tie it together soon. I know some of you out there, conspiracy theorists, doubt whether the United States sent a man to the moon, but there is a little history surrounding the moon landing I want to share. This is particularly exciting for me as I had the opportunity to visit Cape Canaveral and the Kennedy Space Center recently over our recent spring break. Many of you guys already know this Cold War history, but in the early 1960s, it felt to many Americans and to much of our government that the Russians were winning the space race. Sputnik, a satellite, had been sent into orbit in 1957 by the Russians, and the cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin was the first human to orbit Earth in 1961. It was in this context that President John F. Kennedy, or Boatman as one of my current students likes to call him, because of the picture on my wall, in that context, President Kennedy, against conventional wisdom, gave a speech in September of 1962 where he challenged our country, to put a man on the moon within 10 years. He dreamt big, and our country embraced that dream, that significant challenge. Here's just a small selection of what he said in that speech. He said, "We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills, because that challenge is one that we are willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone." My point is kind of this. Dream big, and you're likely to fail. Dream big, and you'll succeed sometimes, and usually eventually. Apollo 11, the mission that actually landed a man on the moon and brought him home, suffered many setbacks, failed to meet many deadlines, actually by years for that particular mission. When failure happens, and I guarantee you failure will happen, be kind to yourself. Be kind to others when they come up short. The failure isn't the point. The point is really that you get back in the arena and you don't stay quiet on the sidelines. I encourage all of you seniors as you move beyond classical to take that risk, to make the move, to learn that language. In terms of language, as far as my advice goes, even better advice would be to go to that country, meet some new people while learning that new language. There is brilliance in walking a big, open-hearted, risk-taking, generous kind of life. There is no guarantee of success, but you won't get any part if you don't audition, and you definitely won't overcome any challenge you aren't willing to take. You, as an individual, we won't always succeed in the way our country was able to succeed with JFK's challenge, but you will know where it matters most, in that deep and personal part of your heart, that you didn't sit passively and watch life pass you by. Let me borrow just a tad bit more from JFK to finish. "And therefore, as we set sail, we ask God's blessing on the most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked." I will miss you guys, the CAHS graduating class of 2019. It has been an honor to join you for a little small slice of your adventure. Thank you and congratulations.
Okay, we're about to wrap up. There's one more group of students that I really want to recognize before we go. This year's senior class, out of the 10-year history, we have more students than ever before that have agreed to serve and defend our country in one of the services. Some are going to military academies, some are enlisting, some have plans to enlist. So if you are planning to enlist, go to a service academy, serve our nation in one of the branches, please rise. Thank you. Thank you for your service. And with that, we will miss this class. I'm going to ask all 9th through 11th graders to stay seated while the seniors process out. We have a song we're going to start playing, and then seniors, you guys can just go ahead and start processing down the middle. You'll be picking up your cap and gown and then your yearbook. 9th through 11th, stay put. Thank you guys for being patient. You guys can exit either of these 2 doors on this side. Congratulations, class of 2019.
We